Hello guys, NautoAis here, and this will be a good follow-up for the Neptunia Re-Birth trilogy. So of course in the past, you've been hearing the report about how Nintendo of America and Idea Factory International made an announcement that the Re-Birth trilogy and Dead End Request Code Z is canceled in the West. And like I said before, the reason they keep giving is did not comply to Nintendo's guidelines. As of right now, like I said, even in this recording, no one knows. Idea Factory International, they can't disclose what it is. It's weird. It is what it is there. However, of course, there's a PS4 version that's coming out in the West. Is it good or bad? Well, at least it's something. But credit to EastAsiaSoft, they actually kind of saved the Neptunia series because they announced that they will be in charge of the Switch version. So they announced that Neptunia Re-Birth1 will be coming on the Switch from EastAsiaSoft. So it's going to be tricky what this one is. First of all, so does that mean, is this a NTSC version, but EastAsiaSoft is publishing them? Not so quite. So believe it or not, if you did not know, first of all, credit that the Switch is region free. So there's no problem there. A lot of the EastAsiaSoft games, to some extent, are not really NTSC version, believe it or not. That's why if you ever buy something from them, you don't see the ESRB rating. And then the logos, the placements can be different than the usual standard. But it still works. Because for me personally, I bought Tokyo Clan Pool on EastAsiaSoft's website. Yes, I know it broke down to some extent. It is what it is. Because as of right now, there is no NTSC version of that game. And from what I understand, rumor could be that there is no plan on releasing Tokyo Clan Pool at the eShop in the US. So the bottom line is that, yeah, there is no US version of Tokyo Clan Pool. If you don't want to play it, you either play GOG or you gotta buy the physical version. They're $40. Probably the same deal with Hyperdimension Neptunia Re-Birth1. So in a press release, they basically said, yes, they are exclusive for now, maybe not, but better than nothing, right? That EastAsiaSoft will be in charge of the publishing. Again, this is not a US version or what I call it NTSC version. It's not PAL, it's not Zero version. It's basically an Asian version. In one of my videos I talk about it, I said it's a good alternative because Namco Bandai did this with their Super Robot War VXT, that if you want to play it on console, you have to get the Malaysian version because it has English text. So same deal with this one. And not only that, not only it has English text, it will also have English dub. If you want that, they'll also have Japanese subs. So option is there. But the bottom line is you can now legitimately get Hyperdimension Neptunia Re-Birth1 on the Switch. Again, it's not going to be a US version. Doesn't really matter because it's region free. And not only that, they also revealed their collector's edition as well. And like I said in a different video, that the PS4 version looks like it, that they will not be doing a limited edition. EastAsiaSoft with the Switch, there is. And you can look it up on their VIA website. So what does it mean? It's an alternative. That's a good thing. Now, more people can play Neptunia on the Switch. So you might say, yeah, it's a good thing for the consumer. So there's probably a question for some say, oh, that's great, but why didn't they do that in the first place with what happened before in 2014? Because remember, 2024. Remember that in December 2024, they announced that they couldn't do anything about it. So why not just do it for someone else? First of all, Idea Factory International is the US division. So they can't do anything Asian. Remember, I did talk about that. They can only do whatever that can be released in the US. EastAsiaSoft, on the other hand, they release Asian version. That means it has English text. They're not NTSC version because, again, all consoles are region free. So, again, it makes it easy for everyone there. Second problem is that they probably said, hey, we got to release it in the West or some alternative option. So we have no choice. Because what people don't understand is that when someone else publishes your game, to some extent, the original IP owner, they probably don't get a lot of the sales probably like 5 or 10%. I could be wrong. And the people in charge of localizing the game, publishing it, they get most of it. Because there was even, believe it or not, I did talk about this with Shane Brew in a stream, that sometimes it's kind of unfortunate for you guys that you got a lot of these Idea Factory games, but you let other people publish them. Why can't you publish them yourself? And they admitted that if they could, they would. And I did talk about it before. Main reason is, to some extent, Idea Factory National, heck, Compile Hard Idea Factory are not that big. I don't think they have a big budget. They probably can't 100% localize every game they release. They're trying to, but they can't. That's the thing. What's the alternative? You find someone else, outsource your IP, and let them do the publishing. The pro, at least it gets released, people can play it worldwide. Con, to some extent, is Idea Factory International. Heck, Compile Hard Idea Factory, they're probably not getting a lot of the percentage from the sale. They're probably, like I said, either 5 or 10%. Again, I could be wrong for that one, but they don't get the 100% sale. So not a lot of return. But at least there's an option to able to play them if you're not Japanese. An alternative to play a Asian version, a international version of the game, and if it has English dub, there you go. It is what it is. It's just unfortunately for her, a situation like this. I mean, if it was Idea Factory National, they're probably going to make more money because a lot of people did want it. But again, in the perspective of consumer, it's great because now you get to play it on the Switch. Yes, a lot of people want to play the Neptunia series on the Switch because of portability. For me personally, I got the Vita. I played it on Steam, so I already played this enough that I don't need the Switch version. Plus, I get trophies. You don't get that on the Switch. But that's me personally. So there you go. Yes, you got to give credit to EastAsiaSoft. They are going to release Hyperdimension Neptunia Re-Birth 1. There will be a standard version, which is $40. That's the same price with the PS4 version that Idea Factory International are releasing. They will also have a limited edition. However, they're going to be limited. That's the same thing they did before with other Idea Factory games. Again, personally, I'd rather Idea Factory International do all the publishing, but there are too many of them. They probably can't do it. Not enough budget. It is what it is. A good alternative there. So credit to EastAsiaSoft for basically saving this game, able to release it on Switch. Again, this is not a US version, but it has English dub and English text. That is good enough. And as for the tariff thing, PlayAsia kind of addressed it already on their Twitter. And in summary, you don't have to worry about it to some extent. And second question is, will they be able to release it digitally? No. That's another, gotta make a note. If you want to play this on the Switch, you gotta go to their store and buy it physically, $40. Granted, if you have $100 for free shipping, if not, I think shipping is expensive to some extent. Yeah, it is what it is, but what can you do? So if you're wondering, I want to get it digitally in the eShop, not going to happen unless you create an Asian account. If you know how to do it, cool, go for it. Because it's the same deal with Tokyo Clampool. There is no US version. You're not going to see it on the US eShop. But if you change your region to Asian, maybe. Just saying there. So there you go. Kudos to EastAsiaSoft. Props to Idea Factory International. Probably they're doing some sort of deal. That's why. And now, if you want to play this on the Switch, there it is. So with that, I'll see you guys later.